Okay, 2.1, call to order. I will call the Paris Union High School District meeting to order at 2:04 p.m. I'm going to ask for a roll call to determine a quorum. Trustee Anaya?
Here.
Thank you. Trustee Stafford?
Here.
Thank you. Trustee Hall?
Here.
Thank you. Trustee Garcia?
Here.
Thank you. And Trustee Campos, me, I am here. We have established a quorum. 3.1, invitation to address the Board of Trustees on closed session items only. Are there any public comments on the closed session items?
There are no public comments.
Thank you. 4.1, adjourn to closed session. Do I have a motion to adjourn to closed session?
So moved.
Thank you, Trustee Garcia. Do I have a second?
Second.
Thank you, Trustee Hall. Seeing no discussion, please vote. On a vote being taken, the vote was 5 in favor, 0 opposed, and we are adjourning to closed session at 2:05 p.m. Okay, 5.1, the regular board meeting of the Paris Union High School District is reconvening at 5:12 p.m. Please stand for the Pledge of Allegiance. Place your right hand over your heart. We're ready to begin.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
And so today, if you just stand for a minute on the invocation, number one, if you could please pray for Adeline Valencia's family. Adeline was a junior at Liberty High School who recently passed. So, if those of you who pray or have a moment of silence, we'll do that in a minute. Also, I want to pray for Charlie Kirk's family. We're living in a crazy world, and things happen that just makes you shake your head. Another thing, pray for the young lady's family, the young Ukrainian, I think in North Carolina, where we see a lot of this senseless murder. We understand that there's disagreements and we don't agree on things, but that's not the way that we should be moving forward. So if you can, just for a few seconds. Amen. Oh, thank you. (7.1) Recess. The board president will recess the meeting to conduct the regular board meeting of the California Military Institute Charter School. We are recessing the meeting at 5:14 p.m. The regular board meeting of the Paris Union High School District is reconvening at 6 p.m. (8.1) Revision adoption ordering of agenda for September 10th, 2025. And before we adopt the agenda, I would like to request that the following items be removed from the board agenda. 14.5 personnel approval of the tentative agreement between the Paris Union High School District and the California School Employees Association and its charter, Paris Valley number 469, regarding the 2024 and 2025 reopener negotiations. Also, 14.7 personnel approval of the memorandum of understanding between the Paris Union High School District and the California School Employees Association and its chapter, Paris Valley 469, regarding the bargaining method for negotiations. Do I have a motion?
So moved.
Thank you, Trustee Garcia. Do I have a second?
Second.
Thank you, Trustee Hall. Seeing no discussion and no questions, please vote. Upon a vote being taken, the vote was 5 in favor, 0 opposed. Moving on to oral reports. 9.1, report out of closed session.
Yes, President Campos. In closed session today, by a vote of 5-0, the Board of Trustees approved a settlement agreement with employee 176283 with the Paris Union High School District. Trustee Anaya, yes. Trustee Campos, yes. Trustee Garcia, yes. Trustee Hall, yes. And Trustee Stafford, yes. That will be it, sir.
Okay, thank you so much. Okay, so now 9.2, district update by superintendent. So Dr. Ross?
Thank you, sir. First of all, I would like to invite the Heritage High School Robotics Program representatives to the podium to present on their program. Today, there are two advisors, Ms. Eve and Mr. Santana. Two current students, Catherine Gordon and Abigail Gamboa, and one alumni, Riley Maclan Vaya. Welcome.
Good evening, Board of Trustees, President Campos, Superintendent Arau. My name is Richard Santana. I am the Heritage High School engineering teacher. And I want to thank you guys for giving us the time to hear what some of the cool stuff that's going on at Heritage. Like you guys mentioned, I brought with me a couple students here. I have one of my captains here, who they're going to introduce themselves, and I have one of my vice president as well, and along with alumni. I'll let them introduce themselves, but before then, we have a couple duties for you guys. You guys mind if we share them with you guys?
Sure.
Officer, are you watching? No, I'm just kidding. She's all digging in her pocket.
Yep. Here and then the board here. So these are all little memorabilia that we created in-house.
Thank you very
so
much.
The little laser cut items and some custom stickers that we made in-house as well with all of our equipment. So I'm going to go ahead and let the students introduce themselves, and then afterwards I'll take the microphone back.
Hello everyone, thank you for your time. I'm going to talk about robotics at Heritage High School. My name is Catherine Gordon and I'm a captain of 7832 Gear Gurus.
Hi, my name is Abigail Gamboa. I am the club vice president and a member of Gear Gurus.
And hi, my name is Riley Madlambayan. I am the former co-captain of 7832 Gear Gurus, as well as an alumni and former vice president of the Robotics Club.
Our robotics club works with an organization called First Tech Challenge. Teams collect together to compete and win awards. Last season was a theme Into the Deep, which reflected real-world problems, including removing debris from the ocean. But aside from design, building, and programming, students also learn a lot of other skills like teamwork, innovating, and presentation skills, and much more.
Oh, sorry. There we go. So last year, some of our main team highlights was we did lots of outreach events, talking to various students about STEM education and robotics. We fundraised our own money through selling things at our school, and last year, out of over 8,000 teams worldwide, we were in the top 5 percentile of in-game performance.
Wow, that's wonderful.
To add on to that, last year was the first time a robotics team from our entire school district has made it to a world-level competition, where we were also able to win the Inspire Award, where the Inspire Award is basically the highest level of honor, highest honor award, where the team exceeds in both game competition and their teamwork and other skills. So last year we were able to go to an event all the way in Massachusetts, where we saw teams from 23 different states from the United States. We saw teams from Canada and Kazakhstan.
Wow.
Yes, so at the beginning of our season, we weren't performing as well as we wanted to, but after lots and lots of time working together, solving our problems, and innovating, we were able to make it all the way to that level where we were able to make it all the way to that level where we won and we exceeded in so many different things.
As someone who was a co-captain of the team when we were able to make it this far, it was an extremely proud and big achievement for not only me but also my former co-captains who are currently have already left for university, as well as the members that we were able to work with. Being able to connect with people all the way from Kazakhstan, Canada, and 23 states in the United States, all who had the same mission and same passion as us when it comes to innovation engineering, was something that I believe truly opened our eyes as to what is in store for us in the engineering and robotics field. As someone who joined robotics my junior year and quickly became a co-captain and an officer for my senior year, being able to explore my interests and be exposed to engineering early on, to have hands-on training, was something that really helped me figure out what I truly wanted to do with my career, which led to me now majoring in mechanical engineering at University of California, Irvine, where I hope to later on pursue a career in the industry with a major in mechanical engineering. So that's all thanks to being a part of a program such as the Robotics Club, which was really able to enlighten me alongside other students who were able to fully realize their passion for STEM in the field.
Touching more on what Abigail said about outreach, during last season, we met with over 5,000 elementary, middle, and high school students. We did this by means of our own library visitation series called Gears in Motion, alongside other outreach events with our robotics club. One example was a Hallow STEAM event where we mixed Halloween with STEM and educated children to be innovative with designs. And to touch more on our library visitation series called Gears in Motion, we talked about FBC, STEM, and then what kind of professional careers you can go after that. These events were very successful, with students even reappearing at our high school to join our robotics club.
Both as a team and as a club, we were able to do our own fundraising, not only with our club, but as a team as well, where we were able to build not only on our engineering and creative and innovative side, but we were also able to build upon our business side, the business side of things in order to fund for some of our competition stuff, as well as our own needs with our team. We were also even able to fundraise in order to donate money towards third world country like the Philippines in order to help fund STEM education, where we were able to help fund an entire department when it came to STEM. Alongside that, we're also able to build upon our relationships with professionals in the industry, such as Google, Northrop Grumman, Anduril, Coherent, and other companies, in order to learn from their engineers and experts in the field what they took away from their careers and what we can apply and what could be in store for us in the future if we were to pursue a career in their respective fields.
I think that's all we have for you. Thank you so
Thanks,
much.
Thank you.
Are you gonna? Can
I was just gonna ask if you guys have any questions.
More of a comment that you guys are amazing. You guys are well spoken, and I don't even have to say it, but I know there's a bright future for all of you ladies. So
Absolutely.
Thank you.
I'm very proud.
Thank you.
Good job. Oh, sorry.
Oh wait. Just so I want to go down the road.
I just want to say thank you for your presentation. You guys have really grown.
Absolutely.
Years. Thank you so much.
Absolutely.
Yeah, just your seeing a couple of your things that you're moving around and with your robotics and stuff. I got to see some of you over at Back to School Night and watching your performance and stuff. So it's what I want to see. I want to see you guys come up here and tell us what you guys are doing and where we're going as a district, and that our teachers are doing what they're supposed to be doing and getting our young students to grow. So this is amazing. I appreciate it. Thank you.
Awesome. We're really hoping this year comes out just as good. There were some statistics that I think we weren't sure how much time we had, but there are 8 world-level events, and they were at different parts of the world: the Netherlands, Canada, Mexico. Of course, we went to the one in Massachusetts, and they hold the world record tied for an aspect of the challenge. And they mentioned the Inspire Award. That is first place overall. And so they're amongst, here in Romuland, it's amongst some of the top teams in the world, which is pretty cool.
On that note, if there's anything you need from us, let us know.
We just,
Because one of our goals is take us to the future, right? And this is clearly a prime example. And ladies, you all did an amazing job.
Yep.
Amazing job. And I'm proud of how confident you are. Keep that confidence. You're really going to thrive in life. Great job.
Thank you, thank you.
Yeah, thank you. So a couple things. Gear gurus, that's funny. I mean, they're very impressive with all the things, and obviously the national recognition we saw last year's awards are coming, and we're funding. But I think what they mentioned is extremely important because this is probably the best part of the board meeting. And when we get to see this in action, it's just something that we know what to advocate for, and that we make sure that the funding's there. I do know that reaching out. It looks like you guys are working with Google and other partners, but reach out to as many philanthropic companies that are out there, because the Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation. There's a lot of companies that are willing to donate, especially to STEM, something like that. That's like a huge thing because that's the future. And so whatever we can do to help out, we'd love to do that. Now, one thing I did have a question on: did you guys have any at your middle schools? Was any of this going on?
I think it goes around in some middle schools, but primarily for us, it's mainly high school levels.
Okay, so you were introduced to it in high school, and then that's my other question. So I know that there's the club, but is it a class as well? So is it, or is it strictly a club?
It's an after-school club, but a lot of my engineering students get funneled into the robotics club.
Okay.
So I'll try to I encourage everybody to, of course, but if I see some serious talent, I'm just like, look, I could really use you on a team here. So consider it, please. And I've even reached out to parents just to tell them, like, hey, you know what? They feel like maybe they can't because of whatever chores. I'm just letting you know here's an opportunity. And so if you're willing to let them stay behind after school, I'd be happy to have them on the team. And so far, we have quite a bit of turnout right now. We have about 47 students in our robotics club, and we have some pretty promising, like, a lot of talent that's coming our way. Some of the girls behind me, they already have established some contacts with MIT. One of them participated in the MITES program, the MIT summer program. That's Catherine back there. And she's already establishing a contact there. And a recent graduate from Berkeley. And we'll see.
Well, thank you for that, because you going above and beyond, that's kind of the thing that, for us, it's like, wow, sometimes kids don't have the confidence and they don't see the talents they have. And so coming from someone they respect and is in that field and can communicate that to them, and especially their parents as well, because, a lot of times parents don't know, our kids, we love them and they're great, but we just don't know how talented they are. So thank you for advocating for them and reaching out to the parents. We really appreciate it. Thank you, guys.
Thank you. All right. You guys have a good night.
There's a second item to share in the update. I want to share with you that today we have the first student of the month for the 25-26 school year. And thank you, Trustee Anaya, Trustee Hall, for being there. It was an amazing event. We were able to listen to our students, the wonderful things that they have done, and the challenges that they have faced. So not only recognizing the students, but also learning from them about resilience, about public service, about giving back to the community, and about that spirit of service that our students have. So it was great. Another thing that I would like to share is our cabinet meetings. Instead of being here at the district office, this year we go to the schools. We are there. We have been at Paloma Valley, at Liberty High School and Heritage High School. We have the opportunity to eat lunch with our students, to have conversations with them, as well as we visited some classrooms at Paloma Valley. Yesterday also, Dr. Egan's and I had the opportunity to go to Paris High School and visit some classrooms. And we were very pleased to see some of the common things that they are, especially in the math department, and it's my understanding that it's expanding to the other departments. On the board, the teachers have what you will learn today. What is the students expected to learn that day? Number two, the why. Why do you need to learn this? And number three, how do you know that you have learned it? So that is wonderful, because that helps the students to see things in perspective. Also, the Perus Union High School District is pleased to announce the formation of a budget advisory committee. This committee will play an important role in supporting transparency, collaboration in the budget process. Its work may include some making recommendations to the budget priorities to align that budget with the district vision, with the LCAP, the Local Control Accountability Plan, suggesting cost reduction strategies to improve efficiency, reviewing the clarity and effectiveness of budget documents and communications, and present progress reports in a final set of recommendations to the superintendent and the board of trustees. We are looking forward to the valuable input from this committee that they will provide and they will support and shape the district financial priorities. The Budget Advisory Committee will include a diverse group of our stakeholders, representatives from across our whole district, including members of Human Resources, from the Business Services Department, Educational Services, principals, parents, students, our labor partners, and 2 board members. This broad representation ensures that multiple perspectives are considered in the development of the district budget. Board members, you will receive an email asking you if you are interested in being part of this committee. Those names are going to be forwarded to Mr. Campos, and he is a president of the board, will make the selection. He will select from the board members who are interested in being part of this committee. He will make the selection, he will let you know, okay, who will be the 2 board members. This is a valuable opportunity for all members of the district to provide input and help shape the budget in alignment with our shared goals and priorities. And lastly, we were in our cabinet meeting and then we received information about the issue that Paloma Valley High School was facing during dismissal. To leave the parking lot, it was taking between 45, 50, 55 minutes. Because there is some construction and the way that the system was developed, 45 to 50, 55 minutes, and our parents were facing that challenge as well as our students and our staff. So working together, I call that the meeting of the minds, right? With all cabinet members and our director of facilities, Hector, and Mr. Hannon, we came up with a solution. And the same day, from 55-minute max of time to leave the school, it was reduced to 20 minutes. So I want to say thank you to our staff for having that approach, problem-solving approach. We identify the issue, we identify the challenge, and there we are, looking for potential solutions. So thank you on behalf of our community, of the parents, and our staff at Paloma Valley for focusing on solving that problem that they were facing. We appreciate it. That's it for the update from the superintendent, President Campos.
Thank you, Dr. Ross. Appreciate the words. 9.3, student representatives to the Board of Trustees. Trustee Hall.
Oh,
You got Heritage High School.
yeah, I would like to introduce from Heritage High School, student representative Karina Corveo, I'm sorry, Ricardo Flores, and Gio Limas. Hope I said that right.
Everyone, board members of our cabinet, and Dr. Arau. My name is Ricardo Flores. I'm Gio Lamas.
And I'm Karina Carpenter. It is such an honor to present the many achievements and memories I have first.
We're excited to share the hard work, dedication, and the spirit of our students, which have all shaped our campus into a much more spirited and united community.
Per usual, we kicked off the school year with energy and spirit through our annual back to school rally. We started off by getting everyone pumped up with our traditional victory. Students were engaged and ready, many participating in our popular Head Shoulders Cup game, competing for prizes and merch. Lightning and music was run by our ASB officer, who made the rally look amazing and sound amazing as well. Huge thanks to them. Now this year was extra special because apart from our typical games and announcements, we introduced something new. Our new Patriot
We created an intriguing storyline where a fictional boxing match took place, our original Pat versus our new Peter. Who would win? Of course, our new mascot won and was granted the Spirit Champion belt. The mascot reveal was a huge success. Our students were surprised and thrilled when the mascot made its first appearance in the battle. It created a moment of unity and excitement that set the tone for the year. We're so grateful for our amazing students who lit up our rally. All their hard work paid off and definitely left a lasting impression for their peers. We've already seen an increase in school pride. You can see pictures cheering and showing off our mascot on social media. It's quickly becoming a central part of our campus, increasing engagement and participation in events as well as Spirit Week.
I want to start off by telling you about Legacy Launch Week, which happened just before school started. During this week, students had the opportunity to purchase brand new merchandise, including a variety of school gear to get ready for the school year. One of which was our new Patriot Pitch shirt, which I'm excited to show you. This shirt is especially meaningful because it was student designed, inspired by the iconic Santa Cruz brand, combining bold, energetic graphics with our school pride. The Patriot Pitch shirt quickly became a favorite, symbolizing student creativity and ownership of our school spirit. Another event I am pleased to showcase is Club Rush, which is always a big part of how we help students feel connected, and this year was no exception. Over 30 clubs participated, ranging from academic and cultural groups to creative arts and volunteer groups. Students had the opportunity to explore their interests, meet new people, and sign up for clubs that inspire them. We saw an amazing student turnout during lunch periods, and many clubs reported a big boost in membership, including a few new clubs that launched this year. It's been great to build community early on in the year.
Last Friday, we hosted our first football game of the season against Kaiser High School, bringing bright colors, beach vibes, and high energy to kick off the season of students came dressed in tropical shirts, blazed in all sorts of summer gear, and the stands were packed with excitement and energy. Our cheer team and band brought the hype, and our new mascot made another appearance at the stand. Not only were all students involved, but also parents. We welcomed them in the pit, and they had a great time. The game was a huge success, not just because of the turnout, but because of the school spirit that we saw on full display. It was a great way to bring students together and start the season strong.
Students are already getting awesome opportunities to athlete where it could be heritage and an unforgettable behind-the-scenes experience at America's Got Talent.
From touring the set, the show, to meeting producers, make this tech crew and directors, take a firsthand what it takes to bring a live show to life twice a week.
In the first few weeks of school have been filled with enthusiasm, creativity, and connection.
These events are more than just fun. They help build a sense of belonging, leadership, and school spirit that carries through the entire school year.
On behalf of our student body, we thank you for your continued support and helping us create a campus with team, heard, and involved.
We look forward to sharing more successes with you in the months ahead.
Thank you again for your time and for cheering us on.
Okay, I would like to introduce Liberty High School student representatives Julian Mojica, Jaden, I think it's Marash, and Nevea Villalobos.
Good evening, esteemed members of the board, Dr. Rao, and the cabinet. I'm Jaden.
I'm Neve.
And I'm Julian, and we're the Liberty High School Lazy Presidents. And this is our
August recap. To welcome the incoming class of 2029, Link Group hosted its annual orientation to help the freshman class feel comfortable on their first day of school.
We welcomed the students of Liberty High School on the first day of school with a pep rally, featuring performances from cheer, dance, color guard, and bilingual girls, as well as administrative presentations explaining expectations and new school rules to the students.
Shortly after, all seniors in attendance joined the senior social for an opportunity for photos, crafts, and free ice cream.
We kicked off our school year with our annual Week of Welcome, where ASB and each grade level on campus hosted a game or activity to welcome back the Bison.
Our first official senior event for the class of 2026, the senior parking, our seniors got to create their own masterpieces to park on for the rest of the year.
Shortly after, the senior class hosted Senior Sunrise which was a huge success. Nearly 75% of all seniors joined together to watch the sunrise, play games, and enjoy breakfast.
ASB helped host our annual Club Rush to help promote clubs, sports, and organizations on campus. This year was a huge success, as over half of the students on campus either showed interest in or signed up for a club on our campus.
Some events to look out for during the next recap video are Homecoming Spirit Week, Fall Pep Rally, and the Homecoming Dance, and the Back to School Night. Thank you for your time, and as always, go Bison!
From Loma Valley High School, student representatives Kyler Julert and Hannah Ruff.
Hello, Pierce School Board. I'm Hannah Ruff.
And I'm Kyler Drewer. We're your hosts for this year's Paloma Valley Highlights.
To kick off the 2025-2026 school year, ASB hosted our annual Welcome Back Rally. Students had a fantastic time coming back from summer break, celebrating and kicking off the new school year together.
Speaking of kicking off the school year, on August 26th and 27th, we had our annual Club Rush, where each school club set up a table in the amphitheater.
Students were able to check out all the cool clubs during lunches and see if they were interested in joining any.
We also had our back to school night so Paloma families could see what our school is all about. The event was held outdoors with food trucks, performances, and more. And we've had even more fun events happening at Paloma this past month.
On August 22nd, we kicked off our first home football game of the year, which was neon themed. It was so amazing to see the maroon platoon filled with all bright colors and loads of energy.
Also competing in fall sports are girls volleyball, cross country, girls golf, girls tennis, boys water polo, and sideline cheer and song.
And lastly, our most recent event was Senior Sunrise. Our class of 26 Wildcats had a fun and bittersweet time celebrating the start of their final year of high school while taking photos and watching the sunrise together.
Looking ahead, this Friday is one of the biggest events of the year, the Menifee Bowl, which has our Wildcats hosting Heritage High for city bragging rights.
The theme of the game is maroon now, and our home side will be decked out in our best Wildcat fits. Hope to see you there!
We've had quite an amazing start to our year so far, and we can't wait to share with you the rest of what we have planned. For Paloma Valley ASB, I'm Kyler Drewer.
And I'm Hannah Ruff. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next month.
I have the honor to introduce from Paris High School representatives Valentina Acosta and Linda Corrales.
Good evening, School Board. My name is Valentina Acosta.
And my name is Linda.
And we're here at Paris High School. And we're your School Board representatives.
And tonight we're going to be talking about all the exciting events from spirit days to football games. August has been full of Panther pride.
It all started before the first day of school with Panther Prep Days and Freshman Orientation, which was the first week of August.
ASB and Lean Crew welcome class of 2029, showed them around campus, and just showed them a little bit of our high school life.
And the best part was that we had a mini pep rally just for the freshmen.
The gym was full of energy, cheer performed, band performed, and we just showed a little bit of our Panther spirit to the freshmen.
Just a few days later, on August 15th, seniors woke up bright and early for Senior Sunrise.
The class of 2026 met at 6 in the morning to watch the sunrise for their final year in Paris High.
Starbucks drinks and donuts made the moment even. What made it even better was spending the time as a class, and it made it unforgettable.
On Panthers showed up big for our first football game of the season.
The theme was Green Out, and the stands were filled with green posters and face paint.
Paris High battled Wilmington High and won 32-30 on a nail biter.
We also had nachos, snow cones, cotton candy, and pizza, which I think it was a win-win.
Weeks later, we were back for game 2. The theme was Teen Beach Movie, and I went as a surfer.
And I went as a biker.
And even though we didn't win against Redlands, we still had an amazing time.
So that was August at Paris High School. Panther Prep Days, football games, senior sunrise.
It was an amazing start of the year, full of Panther pride and full of amazing memories.
Thank you, school board, for listening.
Let's keep this positive spirit going all year long.
I'd like to introduce the Penacony Middle School student representatives, Melanie Cabrera and Armando Murillo.
My name is Melanie.
And my name is Armando Murillo.
We are your A and B student representatives at Pensacola Middle School.
We are here to report what has been happening at Penacony during the past month.
We began the school year with orientation where students and families picked up schedules, met teachers, and prepared for a great year ahead.
Was a big successful. Students learn about clubs and join fun activities and celebrate the start of the year with school spirit.
A-Town down.
Engaging lunch activities to bring students together, build communities, and make lunch fun and positive time on campus.
Athletes are also underway. We started tackle football, flag football, cheer, and cross country. Our student athletes are working hard and we're excited to cheer on this season.
And we're currently preparing for our first pep rally of the school, scheduled for September 12th.
For future games, performances, and plenty of school spirit as we come together to celebrate our students.
Thank you for allowing us to share all these highlights.
We are excited for all that's ahead at Penacony Middle School.
From Paris Lake High School, student representative Shen Chao, Garciela Gutierrez, Alondra Romero. I'm sorry if I messed up the first name.
Good morning, Paris State Falcons. My name is Graciela and I am Alondra. Paris State Club Rush is a success. Thank you to advisors, students, and staff for participating. Keep an eye out for club details coming soon.
Seniors, our upcoming grads, do you need money for college? It's scholarship time. See Mr. Martinez counseling the CalFlip office for details and upcoming scholarship opportunities and deadlines. Many of these are open to juniors and seniors. Look for plastic flyers and use the QR code for details.
Seniors, Mr. Miller will be holding senior meetings during lunch on Thursdays. Grab your lunch and meet in room 201. Join in on discussing plans for your senior events.
A big thank you to Nurse Auburn for sharing your nursing career and experiences with our students. during our first conversation with the professional series. We truly appreciate your time and inspiration.
What do you like most about your job?
What I like about my job is what I can do for my students, for my community.
As a parent here, how do you feel about your sitting attending at your parents' week?
I love her being here. I love the teachers and the staff. They're really nice. They're very helpful.
As a parent, what do you feel like we can do to help support your students? Nothing, you're doing a great job. As a new student in a first, what is something you would like about the schools?
I like that, the teachers are very involved with the students, and
yeah. And then what is something we can do to support you more?
I feel like just the teachers that interact with students, I feel like that makes the kid more successful in their classes and stuff like that.
Thank you.
The winner outcomes for the Falcon Student Body are scholarly, organized, accountable, and respectful. Thank you and have a great day. See you next time, Falcons.
.4 PSEA President Jason Miller.
Thank you. 45 million. What a number. It almost sounds like a Powerball prize. $45 million is the approximate amount of money burning a hole in the pocket for PUHSD right now. My message remains the same as it did several years ago. This district is financially healthy and has plenty of money to do it all and still have some left over. This district is not in financial crisis, and PSEA is opposed to any doom and gloom or Great Depression type of messaging arising from inaccurate predictions and projections. The numbers in the financial reports do not reflect a true rendering that the district is in financial peril, nor will be anytime soon. The numbers show the opposite, in that the district has been doing very well financially for a long time, and will continue to do well financially in the foreseeable future. $45 million is the approximate amount of money PUHSD had left over at the end of the 2024-2025 school year. It is item K on PDF page 9 of the unaudited actuals that you will be approving tonight. Actually, that is only the restricted category. If you combine it with the, actually that is only the unrestricted category. If you combine it with the restricted category, then the amount of money includes an additional $22 million for approximate total of $66 million left over at the end of the last school year. $45 million as an ending balance is a historical high for PUHSD. There was an anticipated ending balance of approximately $31 million from item K on page 39 in the 2024-2025 adopted budget. So, the district's projection was off and better by close to $14 million from its adopted budget. And even $31 million is a lot of money to estimate for the end of the year balance in an adopted budget. The prediction for the district's ending balance for 2024-2025 was inaccurate and better by approximately 44%. $45 million is approximately $9 million better than the ending balance from your second interim report, which was released in March 2025. So what your reports are telling me is that the district banked approximately $9 million in 4 to 5 months. That is impressive. You banked $45 million for the 2024-2025 school year with no real cuts to the cost room, a supposed loss in ADA, and some sense that we are overstaffed. PUHSD has had at least $35 million left over in their ending balance every year since the 2020-2021 school year. So it is hard to believe every year when we are told there is no money. These numbers are true numbers and not part of predictions or projections. I do not like messaging that we are deficit spending or that we will be broke in 1, 2, or 3 years. This messaging is based on projections and predictions from LCFF calculators, which quite frankly, sometimes can have their calculation and assumptions tinkered with. This gloom and doom messaging is the same song and dance we hear every year, and it never materializes, nor does it even get close. Based on these numbers, we believe the district should not be making any cuts to the classroom or pretty much anywhere. Test my numbers if you're not trusting what I'm putting forward, but you should not have to because these are the district numbers. If you do not believe the numbers that I'm putting forward, then you are not believing the district numbers. These numbers are coming directly from official public district reports. The district needs to settle reasonable deals with all the bargaining units now. Your reports show there is money, and money by a lot. When you give a salary increase to the bargaining units, you are investing in your talent, your employees, and your district. We have a great collection of employees in this district. The non-administrative employees I work with every year are permanent and they are family. These people that I talk to every day have been here for years and decades, including classified staff. Administrators generally are just passing through and yet are making big decisions about the permanent family that will continue to stay here at PUHSD. New administrators need to become part of that family, not the other way around. Employees are not the ones that need to become part of temporary administrative families that will pass through on to the next stage of their administrative careers or retirements, because we, the employees, will be the ones that continue to be here for the district and the students for the years and decades to come. Turning to the dress code memo that was sent yesterday that delineated what was unprofessional for employees to wear. We are talking to the district tomorrow in PRC about the details of this, so that's a good thing. But for now, we want to do in part that we believe this memo should be rescinded as it was a unilateral change in working conditions subject to negotiations. We also believe that PUHSD has more important educational priorities that it should be focusing on, and we hope that the district decisions that are hindering student education and employees from doing their job more effectively will be resolved as soon as possible. Thank you for this time to speak.
Thank you. 9.5, CSEA President Cynthia Navarro.
All right, good evening, President Campos, Board of Trustees, Superintendent Dr. Rao, Cabinet, and guests. So let me start with the negotiations update. There's no update. And not because I feel I can't say anything, and I say this given a comment that was made to me about my board update last month. But just, there truly is no update. So as Mr. Miller mentioned, we received a dress code and grooming memo yesterday at 3 p.m. So if you cannot imagine what that looked like for CSE members, I will tell you. Frustration, genuine concerns, and fear of losing their jobs. Fear that if they showed up today because a memo that said effective today, less than 24 hours notice, I cannot show up to work in what I have, I'm going to lose my job, I'm going to be disciplined. This is the real concerns and the fear of members calling me late at night yesterday. So CSEA is ready to send a cease and desist demand to bargain because this is a negotiable subject of bargaining, but we are willing to work with the district. I did get on the phone last night with Dr. Arau and Mr. Andrade, and we just were waiting to see what we can work together on this. Members already feel a certain way about this leadership. Given the recent memos, the recent decisions, they're seeing it as dictatorship. I'm asking the board, cabinet, leadership, please help us. You, our elected officials, help us. I don't want CSA to continue to feel this way about this district. We are here. Some of us have been here, some have 30 plus years, 10 years. We love what we do. We have a passion for education, to be with these kids. Whatever our classification is, we enjoy it. I was talking to an HVAC guy today, just like, I can see the passion. And he told me all about air conditioning. I'm like, oh my God, I can see that. Please help me help my members feel like there's hope for the future and with this leadership. Thank you for your time.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Invitation, 10.1, invitation to address the Board of Trustees on non-agendized items.
Yes, we have one.
Okay, thank you. And so I'm going to just read this really quickly. Individual speakers shall be allowed 3 minutes to address the board on each agenda or non-agenda item. The board shall limit the total time for public input on each item to 20 minutes. With board consent, the president may increase or decrease the time allowed for public presentation depending on the topic and the number of persons wishing to be heard. In addition, the president may take a poll of speakers for or against a particular issue and may ask that the additional person speak only if they have something new to add. Thank you.
Ricardo Guerrero.
Good evening, President Campos, trustees, Superintendent Dr. Rao. My name is Ricardo Guerrero. I'm District Representative for Senator Sabrina Cervantes. Tonight I'm excited to announce the Senator's Young Legislators Program, a leadership and civic engagement program for local high school juniors and seniors. The objectives of this program are to empower young people to become informed, engaged, and community leaders, gain an understanding of legislative process, strengthen leadership, communication, and public policy skills, promote civic responsibilities and career readiness. We are now accepting applications for the students who live and attend in the school districts of Senate District 31. The program will run from September 2025 through May 2026. We'll be meeting once a month. Roughly it'll be the third Wednesday of each month from 5:30 to 7:30. Applications are due September 19th, which will be next Friday by 5 o'clock. Students can apply at our website at sd31.senate.ca.gov, or they can scan. I know my colleagues have been mailing out these out to everybody, but I do have extra flyers, and including the QR code, where students can definitely scan the barcode to get more information and be able to apply online as well. We respectfully ask for your help to spread the word about this amazing opportunity for our youth. Thank you for the opportunity to address the board, and thank you for all you do on behalf of our community.
Thank you. Can you be sure to leave those flyers with the...
Yeah, and a point of order, because I know normally we're not supposed to engage, but I just want to ask, do you have a business card that you can just leave with us? That way we can communicate with you.
Definitely.
If there's any questions we have.
Most definitely.
Thank you.
Thank you. Can we clap now?
Yeah. 11.1, consent calendar, approval of consent calendar items. Do I have a motion?
So moved.
Thank you, Trustee Hall. Do I have a second?
Second.
Thank you, Trustee Stafford. Seeing no discussion, please vote. Upon the vote being taken, the vote was 5 in favor, 0 opposed. And moving on to oral reports. 12.1, unaudited actual financial report. Dr. Williams.
Good evening again, Board President Campos, board members, staff, student, and community. I'm here to present to you the 24-25 unaudited actuals for Paris Union High School District. The next slide I'm not going to spend a lot of time on because I think I hopefully painted a picture of the budget financial cycle and how We continue to get new information in at each of our reporting periods. So we do expect to see changes due to those additional information that's coming in to the district. So again, this is meeting the compliance of Ed Code 42100, making sure that our unaudited actuals are sent to the county office by September 15th. I do just want to reiterate that this report reflects changes that occurred since estimated actuals report that was presented to the board on June 2nd. In this report, you'll see changes to the projected beginning balance for 24-25. You'll also identify actual restricted and unrestricted carryover balances for 24-25. And this report provides the updated financial information to the board, superintendent, and stakeholders. And I just put these key terms here just for all of us to be on the same page as it relates to estimated actuals and what that means versus unaudited actuals, because I'm using that term a lot throughout the presentation. So just to remind the board and community, estimated actuals was taken to the board back in June. And it's at that time when we look at available data, historical trends, and other factors to make the decision on what we believe will be how we finish the end of the year. The unaudited actuals is that statement where now we have formally closed the books, and this document will go to our auditors for their final review, and we'll report out any changes or updates as a part of our audit. So that's the difference between estimated actuals and unaudited actuals, two different reports. The next slide does show some variances in our ADA of 33 students. So we're really excited to see the district's enrollment and ADA continue to progress. Last year's combined budget, unrestricted and restricted, was $207.9 million. That is our combined budget with all of our LCFF resources, federal, other state, and other local. So here, we are looking at our general fund expenditures, and if we look at 207 in revenue, we're looking at about 202 in our general fund expenditures. Again, that's unrestricted and restricted. This slide is a comparison of what was shared with the board in June for estimated versus our unaudited. So on my left, you'll see the estimated numbers for unrestricted and restricted. In the middle, you'll see the difference between the estimated actuals and the unaudited. And here you're seeing an increase in revenue, approximately $2.3 million. And the increase in LCFF sources is contributing to ADA increase of 33 students. You'll also see another major jump in other local revenue. That increase has to do with the fair market adjustment. It's not revenue that the district can use. It is a fair market adjustment. So if we think about change in the market, that's that particular increase, but it's really not revenue that the district can use. So that's our revenue variances between estimated and unaudited. This particular slide is doing the same type of comparison, but it's based on our expenditures. And what you're seeing here, bottom line, savings, $4 million approximately from what we estimated to what actually happened. So we assumed that it would come in at the numbers that you're seeing there, but once we closed the books, paid all the bills, we have a savings of $4 million approximately on the unrestricted side and $1.8 million on the restricted side. So here's a comparison of change from the revenue from estimated to an audited. We're seeing, as I shared in that other slide, $2.3 million additional. We're seeing adjustment for additional ADA of 33, and then we're seeing that large jump of the 1.5 in other local, which has contributed to the fair market value increase. We're also seeing the $4 million in cost savings in the various areas, calling your attention to our salaries for certificated, almost $700,000. Books and supplies, a savings of approximately $1.423 million. Services, $825,000, all contributing to that large cost savings of $4 million. Contributions, we are seeing here that we did have a slight increase to our contributions, especially in the area where it related to our contributions for special education and routine restricted maintenance. We saw an increase there of $412,000. We originally projected that it would be 25, so there's actually a savings there. We actually projected 25.9 million, but it came in at 25.5. So we're seeing a savings there, back to the general fund. And here's where we're seeing a very large variance. At estimated actuals, it was presented to the board and community that our ending fund balance would be $1.3 million. When we closed the books, we realized that it was $8.1 million. And that's a variance of $6.823 million. And I just want to add that of that variance of $6.8 million, $2.1 million approximately belongs to the LCAP. It was carryover money from the previous year. That money is unrestricted, restricted, because it has to be spent to increase and improve services to a specific group of students. It's not no strings attached. So 2.1 million of that 6.8 has to go to our LCAP, and it has to be budgeted in as revenue, and also we have to budget in expenses for that. In addition, the 1.1 million in fair market value is not just straight revenue to the district. And I know, that question might come up, so I wanted to make sure that I share that it's not new money. So the district investment in the county treasury pool reflects the fair market value increase for this year. This is an accounting adjustment required by GASB standards to show what our investment would be worth if sold today. So it is not new revenue. So 3.6 million of that number is all unrestricted. That is for the operation of our school district. We don't have guidelines on how we spend it, as long as it's legal and meeting the needs of our students. That is for the district to use. So just wanted to kind of outline how did we get to that, so that we're clear on where those dollars came from and requirements or strings related to that. So here's our components of our ending fund balance. You've kind of heard this already, but I'll call your attention to the ending fund balance is going to increase for the 25-26 by $6.828 million. And that's really important to point out there. That's one of the biggest changes. So most of everything I've talked about is Fund 1. So I wanted to bring to your attention the other funds that are in the district's financial statements. And I'm not going to read it all to you, but I'll just show you how it's laid out. So that first column is the different fund. The second column describes the fund. The third column gives you the beginning balance of the fund. And again, this is 24-25. The next column is revenue that came into that particular fund throughout the year. The next column are any transfers in to that particular fund. Expenditures is what was spent during the fiscal year in that particular fund. And the last column is an ending fund balance for that particular fund. So that's Fund 8 through 56. And as we look ahead, again, just reiterating some of the things I shared earlier, continuing to have that laser-like focus as it relates to average daily attendance. That's where we're going to see increases in our LCFF funding. So that's going to be really important that we continue to do that. No doom and gloom, but it's important as we develop our budget advisory committee that we use all of the great minds of our labor partners and all of the various groups that Dr. Arau mentioned to look at our budget and identify areas where we can ensure that what we're doing is working and it's what we need to be doing so that we can ensure the long-term financial health of the district. I'll be back in December to share with you the first interim budget and the multi-year projections. And this really gives us an opportunity to begin to look at historical data over the last few years when we make decisions about how we're analyzing each of our interim budget reports. So thank you for your time. And again, I just want to appreciate Fiscal Services and the work that everyone does there to contribute to ensuring that we're reporting out our numbers with integrity and in transparency each time of our reporting. So thank you very much.
Thank you. Thank you. .2 District Marketing and Student Recruitment Plan. Ed Services.
Hi, good evening, everyone.
Good evening.
I am excited to share about our marketing and enrollment recovery efforts, really being able to highlight some intentionality behind sharing our story and really leveraging our marketing in order to, the result is we're bringing students back that live in our areas that were not attending our schools, and we're having a really strong engagement based on some of the data I'll share with you with our stakeholders. Stakeholders, including our students, our families, we are being tagged in stories, even today from the Student of the Month. We had a picture of a mother who was with her daughter from Paris High School who got recognized, and apparently she's also an alumni, so she tagged us, PHS alumni, her daughter's basketball team, and so it just shows like the overall connection, so I'm excited to talk about that. One of the goals in this journey, and mind you, what I'm going to show you on some of the data is just what's been happening since June, July, and August, just the last 3 months where we've really hit hard. So we have started telling our story, and we've had social media. It's just it just wasn't very active if you looked at it. I mean, we did our standard, we had our flyers, but when you look now, I'll be able to show you the difference. So we're just telling our story a little differently. We're finding the voice, and not just the voice from the district, voice, but the voice of everyone, our student voice, our staff voice, our teacher's voice, right? The impact, so I'll be able to share some data. I'm intentionally going to use our Inland Online Academy because I want to show you some key data that has happened since the rebranding, and just talking about the future and what's to come. So with our social media, sorry, I could go between bar classes and closed classes. So one of the goals, so there's two main things. With our marketing, we are looking to basically enhance our district brand awareness, increase community engagement, and strengthen our communication channels. I find myself responding to parents that have sent messages through Instagram. They may see a story, for example, CMI's flag football for the girls team, and they'll say, hey, when are we getting this over here across town? And so, we're responding. And so it's just opening lines of communication that are not typical from, obviously, like when I was in school, my mother had to call the front office, but we are making ourselves flexible and available through these different platforms. We are focused on three main platforms. We have Facebook, which we use mostly for the community reach. My kids say, like the adults are on Facebook, apparently. We use Instagram for the visual engagements with our students and families. Instagram is over 77% of how our community is interacting with us when I show you the numbers. And then we use LinkedIn for professional networking and educational leadership. So those are our three platforms, and that's what we've been focusing on. The second outcome that we want to see is we want to see attendance and enrollment recovery efforts. And so we've seen the enrollment recovery just with what has happened with the start of the school year. But what we're also seeing is that student engagement and things that I've learned on how at every school site they have their school, let's say Instagram page, but then all the clubs and the sports, and they all have a social media page, and now they're tagging the main page, and it's all just collaboration. And so when they post, we're collaborators, so it reposts on the main page, and it's just broadening everyone's exposure. So I have a few slides just to also just bring the awareness. So stories create culture, culture creates community, and community creates legacy. And we've been talking about building our legacy. We started that as a theme with our admin. And what we're really talking about is those things that we do that build the memories. When our students graduate, and what are those solid memories? But now it's not only their memories, they're sharing the memories. And so it becomes memories of the community. And it does, it creates a vibe. And it seems to be working, and I'll show you the data. I love to talk about the data. So what I have here first is a legacy worth telling. And so I took a few screenshots because these are the things that we're seeing. We have, I just took these from Hinakati. And it is, attendance works and focusing on attendance. It is our instruments and our band teacher and that group. It's our parent advisory committee and advertising our PACs. And then it's our ads. I mean, we have ads that right now we're running. We have ads in Manatee 24/7. We right now are having quotes from the local movie theaters, and there's a billboard that's right off the freeway, digital billboard that has some really decent pricing that we're looking at right now. And so, again, it's sometimes amazing that we're getting input from families that right here, live on the same street as the Student Services Center, but never knew that, oh, you have that there in the district? And whose kids were going outside the district for a program that we had in-house. So it's bringing awareness. The connection, so again, There are so many groups on every single campus, and they have requested to be collaborators with the main page. And so now the main page is advertising what's happening and showing, just all those amazing things that it's hard to say, oh, how did Paloma Valley Volleyball do today? Well, now we don't have to worry about it because it's right there on the story, because what they're posting, we're posting. And so it is really, really highlighting. A neighboring superintendent said, hey, what's going on with their social media? I was like, what do you mean? It's really, they just noticed it, and whereas they didn't notice it before, but they noticed it, and so it's all good. And one of the nice things is that we're showing up for our community, and that in itself, if you've sat and just, every day people are saying, hey, I watched the story, it's like a movie, and it's very true. So as an example, on the community, right now, on our story on Instagram, we have 21 stories going. 21. And they are varying from our FFA to, I have it right here. So right now, 21 stories. And out of these stories, and there's some have various posts, but we have Paris High School Girls Golf, which I had never, seen a video of. You watch the story, it's there. Paris High School ASB in collaboration with the class of 2028, CMI Paris, which has their flag football is killing it. All of our families are, so we're moving forward on that because all the other school, the parents, they are like, when is it coming? So we're moving forward on that. PB Athletics, LHS Environmental Justice Club. Yes, I opened that post because I was like, what is an environmental justice club? The Alumni Association, PHS College and Career Center, we had a collab, which I love, which was Paris High School ASB, and it was hashtag PUHSD leads. So I thought that was nice. Liberty Water Polo, PBHS Volleyball, the girls basketball, Liberty Bison ASB, Paloma Valley Avid, and Paloma Valley, just the original Paloma Valley, which is the school's main page. So all of that, across our district, with various sports, various activities, that is showing that we are showing up for our community, and we're highlighting maybe things that had gone invisible, right? And so it's a difference from when you're posting maybe just the flyer for the parent advisory committee, but we're posting what it's like to be a part of this district, and the students and what it feels like, and the videos highlighting their principals, and it's just been really amazing to watch, and it's only been 3 months. So our impact. So I wanted to use Inland Online Academy as an example, because with the data right now, you're actually going to see the numbers of students that live in our district, were not attending our schools, and are now attending our schools. And so on this chart, it shows you 24-25 enrollment of 19, and that was when it was called Solus, so now we've rebranded it as Inland Online Academy. Day one, we had 64 students. Right now, we have 142 applications, enrolled in some pending, which number, that was the number when we made it. Right now, we're probably a little closer to 160. And right now, we have a projected enrollment by the end of September of 200. And here is really where the impact is helping. You have 69.6 that previously attended schools, but look at a third, almost 30% of the students right now, and this has been consistent even when we were down to, when we started with 64. A third are students that live in our boundaries but were never attending our schools. And so these are students that are coming back, or I'm just gonna say coming back, they live here. And so that number, that third has been consistent, and we monitor it. We have a small percentage of inter-district transfers, but that is huge, because we saw and we knew the students were leaving, we were losing students. And now we can show be able to show you that they are coming back. And that is just one part of it. I mean, when you look at our enrollment, we're seeing increases in our comprehensive sites as well. And our engagement numbers, I'm going to share with you as well. So part of how we're doing, we have this Tell Me Something Good, and this was shared with our admin, with our sites. So you can upload content, right? We have teachers that are doing amazing things, or doing amazing labs. You can upload content here, but also, you can follow us. So everyone can take their phone and scan, and you can follow the district. And we on our various social media pages. So right now, as I'm going to read for you the data for our engagement. Sorry. So when you look at June, July, and August, in total, here it is, our total views, okay, across Facebook, Instagram, and LinkedIn, our total views for 3 months was 384,828 views, okay? On Facebook, our average, on Facebook, so out of that 384,828, 72,996, which is about 19%, were through Facebook. 296,922 were from Instagram. So Instagram is our main platform. 77% of all of our interactions are through Instagram. And then on LinkedIn, which actually I thought was pretty impressive, we've done 14,910 impressions, which is 4% of our overall number, but it's really good engagement for a school district on LinkedIn. On average, so our monthly average is 24,000 views on Facebook, 98,000 on Instagram, and 4,500, like close to 5,000 for LinkedIn is our monthly average. I just got sent for the last 30 days, just 30 days. Right now on Instagram, we've done over 158,000 views. And so it is definitely sparking interest and curiosity. And I like to be able to see that with the data of enrollment. It doesn't mean it's the only thing, but the fact that we're able to tell so many of our community, our neighbors, our surrounding, about all the great things that are happening in one fell swoop. I mean, right now alone, 21 different stories of things happening across the district. It is making an impact. Yeah. So that is, let me make sure that was the last one. Yes, so I wanted to just really take this moment, because this doesn't happen alone at all. We have, it's a collaboration between our school sites, our principals, the teachers, when they're so excited to share what they're doing, and their students are excited. I wanted to make sure I really highlight the work of our community liaisons, and under Ms. Chavez and the department, they have really helped set the groundwork and are adding to, because they're there with our community. And so they help collect content, they help create the flyers, they help get the messages out to the families. And also Dr. Tomasian and our TOSA, Ms. Allison King. As you know, Dr. Tomasian does in online, but she also is doing our marketing and ADA recovery programs with the support of Ms. Allison King, which is a TOSA who's helping with the communications and also our ADA recovery. And it really is taking a village, and I'm just making, and all the clubs and the teachers and the leaders and the student that they watch, they tag us, they comment. Their parents are now commenting even more, they're sharing pictures. And so that is the biggest, that's the win, right? That's the narrative, and that shows who we are and all the amazing things we have to offer. And so it's been good. That's what I got.
Thank you. Thank you.
Any questions?
Just more of a comment than
Yes.
question. The seniors, it's the area that I represent, so I have to speak for them. Just some sort of, can we do some sort of invitation to them to attend something, or maybe I don't know, Menifee, nothing out of the way, something we're already doing already. But maybe just to recognize them, because the seniors pay taxes in these bonds. And, of course, they've had kids and now they're paying forward for the next group. But just to see if we get any reaction or if there's any interest.
Seniors, not 12th graders.
No.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry. I had to follow you for a moment. Senior citizens, yes. Okay. I'm sorry.
I don't like to refer to myself.
Okay. Like our alumni.
No, but Sun City, Menifee, and Sun City was Menifee, and of course Menifee is Sun City. It was a 55 and up community. Still is.
Okay.
But it's your red little piece there on the map there, from Area 2.
Okay.
Yeah. So it's you gotta look some seniority. Who knows? They may want to participate in something. And what brought that? A friend of mine goes to in LA. He started going to the pool over there, Will Rogers, and I said, "That's been there all the time." Yeah. He's my age and saying, but he's using the facility and swimming, and they do a senior swim. So anything we could do. Understand, Sun City has the senior area.
Okay.
But then there's the area above that's not 55 and up, but it's still part of Sun City. So you have some people in regular homes that are up in age too.
And if you know of, so I don't know if we know Instagram is like one of our highest, but if there's another place where we could be advertising and where
the community center, you could drop off flyers or something. Yeah, that would probably be the best way.
Okay.
Contact the community center. It's funny, I live above the senior area, so I can't go to the pool in the senior area.
Okay.
Because I don't pay the dues and all that, but and I'm not eligible because I don't live in that core. But there's some ideas. You know, Sun City has gone through change. The golf course is closed down, and there's a lot of open space. I don't know that can ever be an idea for us, but just there's two whole golf courses sitting empty. And of course the seniors have to decide what, along with the owners, what they're going to do with that. But the seniors don't stick around that long for a 10-year plan. So, so anyway, that's the realities of it. But just an invitation.
No, absolutely. And in any of your areas, right? If there's some other places and things where we can be able to get engagement with different facets of your community in the areas you oversee, absolutely. So thank you for the interest.
Okay, thank you.
I have a quick comment. So these updates that we get from the students here, can we do something like that on the school's main social media? Maybe just summarize it. But I love seeing the student, what's going on as a parent. If I was following on social media, I would like to see that.
Yes, all of so those 21 stories, that's on our district main page.
Oh, and then for the schools, hearing the
Yes.
students actually talking. Because I follow most of them, and I don't remember seeing much. I see a lot of flyers.
Oh yeah, no, look at it today.
Okay.
And so and on each one of the stories, like it gives a highlight, and if you press it, you can go straight to that post.
Got it.
And so it's, kids are, students are a little more savvy, so they're let's be collaborators.
Yeah.
And they're club advisors or coaches. So what they post, it'll come to us, so that's how it ends up on our story. Yes. So if you look at the district story, that's where you'll see the broad.
Okay.
Yes.
And then I'm a little biased because my daughter goes to Paris High, but I'm noticing maybe they need a little media room update. They're kind of a little, it's the new centuries, but our eyes, they want to see nice things. So Pinacati and Paris High, I think both, maybe look into aesthetically a little more pleasing. Actually, the other schools were amazing. Their media room, what I'm just looking at right now, I think from when I first came on board, it's a lot better. I remember the first couple ones where it wasn't much love put into the media, and I see a big shift. So that's awesome. It's nice to see that.
Perfect. Any others?
Thank you.
Okay.
No, that's great. Good job. Thank
So
you.
I'd like to call up, because I have two more. Dr. Marion. We can clap for us. And so,
Yeah. So we're moving now into 12.3, the summer school update.
So we are pleased to be able to give a summer school update, and Dr. Marion is our Director of Curriculum and Instruction, and so she'll be going through the slides. I just want to say that as being new to the district, seeing the summer graduation was really impactful. It's the first time I had seen it in the district, and to see the families and the students be able to get that same experience was amazing. And so I did want to be sure. There's a picture from our summer graduation, and our overall graduations were amazing. So in this, we're going to do just a short update on graduation and summer school, and looking ahead of how we anticipate being able to support the classroom, but also still be able to have an impactful summer school for our students that need it. Okay, so with that, I'm going to transfer it over to Dr. Marion.
Good evening. Thank you, Dr. Egan's. So as Dr. Egan shared, this is a presentation that basically gives some basic data about our graduation numbers and our summer school numbers, and of course that is aligned with our goal 2 of our LCAP, where our students are thoroughly prepared for their post-secondary and career options. And of course, the first step is successfully getting them that diploma and helping them reach their graduation goals. So in this chart, there are 2 different columns. One is graduates with exemptions, and one is the number of students who met all graduation requirements, and then the numbers are broken down by subgroup. So you can see that we had 2,123 students meet the PUHSD graduation requirements, the 225. And then graduates with exemptions means we have some students that have a credit reduction based on attending Paris Lake, qualifying under McKinney-Vento, or foster youth, some instances for English learner population. And so altogether, that number equals 2,388 students who successfully graduated from PUHSD. That also includes our summer school graduates, which we had 29 students. Many of you were there, which was amazing, right? 29 students who participated in the summer ceremony. For summer school enrollment, we had a total number of students participate, 1,101, and they earned a total of 9,955 credits, which is a huge accomplishment. That's a lot of credits that were recovered in summer school. They also completed 1,991 courses, and we did have some students who were enrolled in our summer school, but we're taking some external classes like our Graduation Alliance program, and that's the 214 down at the bottom. So overall, a very successful summer school program, a lot of credits recovered, a lot of students helping to get back on track. And I will tell you that right now we're already starting to plan for summer school for next year. I met with the lead counselors today and kind of talked about having them gather their biggest needs, their wish list. If we could find out, where do you really see that you need these classes? how many teachers, how many sections are we looking at, so that we can start to prepare now, because that really helps them, if we're planned ahead of time, that really helps them work with their students, because we're looking at how our students are recovering credits, we're looking at best practices, we're looking at all of those things right now to make sure that our students are getting the best learning possible and they're accomplishing all that they need to get to graduation. So we will continue to work on that. So my goal is to have that plan in place in the fall so our counselors know exactly what to expect as they're coming into summer school next year. And then finally, you can see some of the pictures from our summer school graduation. We've got Mr. Zapete there doing a diploma, and our kids, our students, our families are always so proud when they see their students in cap and gown and crossing the stage and really getting that experience. So I'm really proud that we have this a tradition here, and I think it's really impactful. That's it for us. Do you have any questions?
No questions.
Thank you so much.
No, thank you. You're welcome. Okay, moving on to 12.4, we have an attendance update.
Hello again. So now I'm honored to bring up our Director of People Services, Dr. Chalfant. We have had a lot of fun looking at attendance, which I'm biased because I love the attendance component. The awareness, being able to say Happy Attendance Awareness Month, which is this month right now, for the month of September, and being able to just start to bring that awareness and the importance consistently across the district, and looking at all the great work they're doing with not only just student engagement, but teacher engagement. And because it's our teachers that actually get our students in the chairs. And so just really having a whole district picture on everything that impacts attendance. So we take care of each other, we take care of the kids. So with that, I wanted to pass it over to Dr. Chalfant, and she will show what we are intentions for our attendance this year.
Good evening. Hello, I'm President Campos, Board of Trustees. Thank you. Superintendent Arau, Dr. Arau, I'm sorry. And cabinet members and fellow community members. I'm Esmeralda Chalfant, and I'm proud to be here. Thank you. This is my first time I get to be before the board, so I'm very excited about that. Dr. Egan's, thank you for that wonderful introduction. We are focusing on attendance, and that has not been just for the month of September. The intentionality the district has brought forward is present not only in Dr. Arau's pillars on focusing on attendance. We know that if students are not present, then they can't reach those academic goals. So it bleeds into every little part of our progress as a district. As Dr. Egan's mentioned, September is Attendance Awareness Month. We as a district do have a campaign pushing forward where attendance every period, every day. If we ensure that attendance is taken appropriately and correctly, then we are actually working with correct data. And that's something that we're really focusing on, and making sure that attendance is taken every period and every day so we can have accurate data. We know how to move forward to make better decisions as a district. So we're going to be going on where we were, focusing on our LCAP data, a little bit of what we're looking forward in the future, and things that are have been presented to us as a district and opportunities. The local control accountability plan allows us some fundings and opportunities to focus. For pupil service and attendance, I focus on goal number 3. However, like I mentioned, everything bleeds into everything. If students are not here, it's going to affect the proficiency levels and progress in English and math, or also as well as preparedness for graduation, colleges, and so on and so forth. So it does all bleed together. Where we were. So Currently, for the first 4 weeks of school, this is the data that we have there. I do have a link down below so you can see where this information is coming from if you have access to the presentation. I did not put CMI's data there. I wanted them to share that. I didn't want to take their thunder. So that's their progress. I did put NA, but that is there for them. However, I did include them in the overall just so you could see the overall attendance. We have 93.63% the first 4 weeks of school. And then you can tell where they are for, based on grade levels from that point forward. Okay? I know that Dr. Arel has a clear expectation set forward. Wants improvement in attendance. The goal is to make progress towards the attendance, but the goal is 94% or higher. Okay, that is something that we are striving for and working towards, which aligns to his pillar that focuses on attendance as well. Chronic absenteeism, I'm not going to read that big old dissertation there. Basically, it's saying that if students are absent more than 10% of their amount of days that, for example, if we have 20 days and they're already absent 2 days within those 20 days, they're already considered chronically absent. And that target keeps moving forward as the year progresses, right? So we have a total of 180 days, academic school days for our students. If they're already absent at that point, 18 days, or are moving, they're already considered chronically absent. And as much as we try to hold Saturday school to help recoup all of that, it helps with the 8-day. However, that the distinction of chronic absenteeism remains. It's not something that can be easily taken away. We have to address it as a district. And so that's just a quick definition of it. Here at this one, my source, I did put my source where I got this information is from the California School dashboard. It is for the 24-25. I know that it's older information, but I want to explain that that's important. We have to know where we were, where we're at in order to make informed decisions. And in this case, the decline is a good thing. Typically, when we see decline, we're saying, oh no, we're going, yes. In this case, when it comes to absenteeism and attendance, decline means we made progress. That means we want to lower that even further to make continued gains. And this was done not just, there was a complete focus by the district last year, and it helped these metrics. There were initiatives that were done before I came into this position and was appointed. These are efforts that were made, and that we've got to celebrate those efforts because it's evident there. One area that we are focusing on, being truly laser focused and intentional, is our homeless. There was an increase. So I'm very happy to announce that I have been assigned a coordinator, and I'm very fortunate to that. And she is a coordinator of mental health. However, she is a social worker, and so she's working on improving our systems and processes and ensuring that our foster youth, our McKinney-Vento, our juvenile youth, as well as our military families, and we have a complete system of support where she meets with the social workers, and there's intentionality in the progress that we're making. So I'm very happy she's taken this and is running with it. We've connected with RCOE. We've met with the liaisons from RCOE. In fact, on September 4th, we had our first regional meeting at PUHSD, at SSC. I have pictures that I shared with Dr. Egan's and just bringing awareness, and so I was happy. And I let them know that if you guys want to have it every month, that we don't have to travel to your places, I welcome it, come on over. We'll do it, and this is a part of branding ourselves and bringing this here to our district. And so we are focusing on the homeless and McKinney-Vento students. So addressing attendance is important. We have to have focus. We have to continue supporting our sites and our staff. So focus on training, maximizing the systems, and explaining how Infinite Campus, which is our student information system, on how letters are being sent out, and understanding running the reports. What we discovered is that we need alignment. We need to calibrate how we are running those reports. The smallest nuances in the Infinite Campus can shift that data. So we've been working collaboratively with business services, with our SIS coordinator over technology and supports, making sure that we are running the reports to make sure that we're all speaking the same language and gathering the information as needed. So those are some efforts that we've been working towards. as well as ensuring common practices across the district, and then moving on to training in other areas in regards to student success teams, attendance, addressing attendance during those student success teams, ensuring that the students are making progress in their gains, addressing whatever barrier may be that is prohibiting the students from coming in attendance. Attending school, behaviors, may it be social, emotional, and making sure that we connect the students with the resources that are needed in order to ensure that they're coming to school. Same thing with providing attendance connectedness for our administrators. We've had our very first meeting with the assistant principals over attendance, letting them know some of the new initiatives that are coming forward. Dr. Egan's did share in regards to some of the allocations of fundings and things that are coming, and so we're just aligning things. And so as well as our community liaisons providing information to our families as they meet together as a group when they're addressing with our families and parents at large. So all together with attendance, we can't work in silos in order to address attendance. We need to work as a community. And so we do invite attendance clerks, our attendance specialists, our techs, our business services, as I said, community liaisons, our counselors. It takes us all in order to address this. It cannot be done by one department, one person. It's going to work as a community. We do have MTSS attendance framework that gives parameters, and this information is placed in our attendance student hub, where the school sites are able to see this information. It's in one place, one location. We're not, where's this, where's that? It's all in one entire hub where they see the letters that are being sent out, potential letters. We have not started our first cycle. Our first cycle actually starts September 10th. When we're sending out the very first letters to our families, letting them know. But behind the scenes, before that first letter is going on, we have the district working, calling our families and finding out why or what's going on, what is prohibiting them coming in, have they moved out or they are enrolled somewhere else. So we're doing that behind the scenes in conjunction with the school sites, their community liaisons, their attendance works. So we're working all together to ensure that we are working towards and getting our students back in school. Here are our tiers of interventions. As I said, we are running campaigns and initiatives. We talked about that with the assistant principals over attendance last week, and it provided some ideas of how we can get our students and using our resources in order to get our students in. And I am talking about our campaign of attendance every period, every day. So here are different tiers depending on where the student's percentage of absenteeism is. So we have our tiered system of support. And our goal is to ensure that we are reaching out to our families. Before it gets to the tier 2 where we are meeting as a school attendance review board. We're trying to minimize that. So we are having initiatives, having systems in place to ensure that we are minimizing and the amount of SAR referrals moving forward. But these are our tiers of intervention. Where we are. So here you see in regards to the first month's district daily attendance, there is an incline in our percentage rates. And those previous year's data were there last year. I left those there because that's data. I want for clear transparency. I don't want, we had last year's data and it looks different. So I kept it there. I just only included the 25-26. I put the dates in it and also the resource where I found it. So where we calculated the 94%. But that way you can see where the progression that we're making towards our attendance. Also, here we are in regards to school sites, their percentage rates. Like I said, the previous years I remained the same as last year and only updated the 25-26 school year. I also put my data, my source where I got my information. The Inland Online Academy has NA. We cannot calculate that right now because that is based on engagement, and that's not calculated until the end of the semester. So more information to come on that. And then here are some highlights. I'm happy to celebrate the good news here. We have a Community Schools Parent Advisory. Through that Community Schools Parent Advisory, that used to be AKA known as the PELI, Is that correct? Is it Philly? So because of our advisory committee with our parents, PUHSD was awarded an award of $1,000 to use as incentives for our students that are making improvements in attendance. And so we received, it's not in dollar forms, it's actually in gift cards. So they gave it for different restaurants like Starbucks, McDonald's, and a variety in different quantities, $5, $10. But then here comes even the better part. We did also receive another incentive program in regards to the Healthy Kids, where we got another $1,000 of $100 gift cards. So we have things that when we do meet with our families and provide to the school, that's news. I just received them last week, and so we're putting an accountability sheet where we're able to keep accountability, who we're giving it to. It's a tracking, because when it comes to money, you don't mess with any money. So we're putting that in place so we're able to roll it out to the schools of how we're going to roll this out, if it's during their SART meetings, at the meetings that happen at the sites, or if we're going to be doing it at the SART. But I want to get input. It can't just be a one. I want to reach out to our site administration and see how they want to move forward with that. But we do have those gift cards, so that's a celebration. Then we have our short-term independence study. Currently we have about 50 students on contract. We still have 217 pending. But that is something that we're rolling out to ensure that when students do have to go out for whatever reason, we have the short-term independence study to ensure that we're still able to, the students are still access their education, and we can still count that towards their attendance. And we're not losing out on the AD on that part. So we do have the attendance, the short-term independence study. And here's some information that we can provide our families that our community liaisons are able to hand out. And there's our campaign, every attendance, every period, every day. So these are some resources that our community liaisons. We are working currently, we have started these monthly attendance meetings, and these are the things that I work with in order to push out our initiatives. And that's it. Thank you.
Thank you.
Any questions?
You actually answered my question, so we're good.
Oh, awesome.
No, I'm good.
All right, thank you.
Oh, excuse me. Wait.
Oh, yes, sir.
I lost it.
Oh.
Well, I was going to ask about something there. The online academy, the short-term students, what does that mean? They're out sick and they're going to come back?
For the short-term independence study, it could be not precisely that they're sick, but let's just say if there's a death in the family, they're out for bereavement because they've got to go out of state or out of the country, there's that availability of 15 days or less to receive that independent study. So it allows the families to take care of the business while the students are still accessing their education. And they're now with through Dr. Tomasian's office with us and King, somebody's going to be there to monitor that and making sure that the work is being inputted in, and that way we're able to ensure that the work is completed and turned in order to get credit for the ADA.
That kind of leads me to it's just a question, I don't know whether we still have it or not. I know we do have home hospital.
Yes.
Are we still doing home visits?
A home for teachers or
Like the
for home hospital, what we do is we assign a teacher, a home hospital teacher, to be able to support the students while they're in home hospital, and they do sign. The parents do sign in order to get that showing that they received their academic instruction. But the other piece in regards to home visits, the community liaison, that's one of the things that they can do is go out and visit. But what we've asked in order to be sensitive of our, making sure that our families know who is coming. So calling the families, wearing that we're Paris Union High School, letting them know ahead of time that who's at my door, and so we've asked them to ensure that they let them know, schedule an appointment, and so they are going to go home. That way there's no surprise, and they're not worried about anything else, maybe of who's at the door, especially our current climate.
Yes, that's what I was thinking. That seems to be. Well, thank our liaisons. That's an incredibly difficult position to go into people's homes.
But I got positive feedback. Like, this is great, scheduling an appointment with the families. I've also let them know that we can schedule Google Meet appointments if needed, and that we have to be thinking outside the box in order to meet the needs of our families.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you. Okay, moving on to written report, 13.1 discipline, August 2025 monthly suspension report. And then action items, 14.1 general functions, revised board meeting schedule. Do I have a motion?
So moved.
Thank you, Trustee Garcia. Do I have a second?
Second.
Thank you, Trustee Hall. Any discussion, questions? Okay, please vote. Upon a vote being taken, the vote was 3 in favor, 2 opposed. And then moving on to 14.2, general functions. Monthly compensation increase for Board of Trustee members. Do I have a motion?
So moved.
Thank you, Trustee Garcia. Do I have a second? I'll go ahead and second that. And any discussion or questions?
For me, yes, I know this has been on the table before for a vote. I feel that I know you three have been here for a while waiting for this, I guess. I would like to wait until after negotiations with our union, and that's just my opinion. So that's.
So would you like your opinion, or are you making an amendment?
Okay, I would like to make a motion that we just put it off until after.
To make an amendment?
Yeah,
to the motion?
amendment. That we put it off till after negotiations with our unions.
Sure, so there's the motion. Do we have a second? Okay, so now we go back to the original motion, which is to increase the salary to the Board of Trustees. Stipend, sorry. Any other questions or comments? Okay, please vote. Okay, upon a vote being taken, the vote was 2 in favor and 3 opposed, so that motion does not pass. Moving on to 14.3, personnel, certificated personnel action items. Do I have a motion?
So moved.
Thank you. Trustee Garcia, do you have a second?
Second.
Thank you, Trustee Hall. And seeing if there are any questions or no discussion, please vote. Upon a vote being taken, the vote was 5 in favor, 0 opposed. Moving on to 14.4, personnel classified personnel action items. Do I have a motion?
So moved.
Thank you, Trustee Garcia. Do I have a second?
Second.
Thank you, Trustee Stafford. And seeing if there's no discussion or questions, please vote. Upon a vote being taken, the vote was 5 in favor, 0 opposed. And then moving on to 14.5, which is personnel approval of memorandum of understanding between the Paris Union High School District and the California School Employees Association and its chapter, Paris Valley number 469, regarding association leave of absence for Adam Weinberger. Do I have a motion?
So moved.
Thank you, Trustee Hall. Do I have a second?
Second.
Thank you, Trustee Garcia. Seeing if there's any questions or discussion. Seeing none, please vote. Is the voting screen up for you guys?
I got nothing on my screen.
I'm froze. Oh, there you go.
Oh, there you go.
I just froze, but it worked.
Oh, there we go. Sorry. It's freezing. Upon the vote being taken, the vote was 5 in favor, 0 opposed. Moving on to 14.6. Approval of revised job description, educationally related mental health services therapist. Do I have a motion?
So moved.
Thank you, Trustee Garcia. Do I have a second?
Second.
Thank you, Trustee Stafford. Seeing no questions or discussion, please vote. Upon a vote being taken, the vote was 5 in favor, 0 opposed. Moving on to 14.7, personnel approval of revised job description, behavior specialist. Do I have a motion?
So moved.
Thank you, Trustee Hall. Do I have a second?
Second.
Thank you, Trustee Stafford. Any questions or discussion? Seeing none, please vote. Upon a vote being taken, the vote was 5 in favor and 0 opposed. 14.8, Personnel Resolution Number 05-2526, Week of the School Administrator. Do I have a motion?
So moved.
Thank you, Trustee Garcia. Do I have a second?
Second.
Thank you, Trustee Hall. Seeing no questions or discussion, please vote. Upon the vote being taken, the vote was 5 in favor, 0 opposed. And moving on to 14.9, Personnel, a proclamation honoring the life and service of Carl Wesley Coleman. Do I have a motion?
So moved.
Second.
Thank you, Trustee Garcia. Thank you, Trustee Stafford. And seeing no questions or discussion, please vote.
Is there anyone here from Mr. Wesley's family?
Oh, okay.
Yeah, his daughter is here.
Okay.
So if we have to
Should I do the
present
proclamation?
proclamation.
Yeah, if you would like to say some words or something.
No, we're voting on
You don't
it.
have to.
If you
You
have
you
a
don't
minute.
have to.
Oh, wait a minute. Do we vote?
Thank you for the proclamation. My name is Tanya Coleman. I'm actually a school psychologist in the district. My father is Carl Coleman. My father passed away on 8/25. We are having his services. The wake is tomorrow. The funeral is Friday. And because he's a military veteran, on Monday, they will be celebrating during the burial at the military base in Mira Mesa with honor. So thank you guys so much. I appreciate it. From the Coleman family. Thank you.
Absolutely. We're sorry for your loss.
Yes, for your loss.
Call.
Okay, upon the vote being taken, the vote was 5 in
Call
favor.
it.
Oh, sorry.
She didn't know the results.
Yeah.
Oh, no.
Well,
Wow.
she accepted.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
never mind, yeah.
Keep going.
She was a
Keep
motion.
going.
Okay.
Yeah, before she was.
Yeah, well, they'll let I know, correct? Okay.
Mhm. 14:10.
Moving on, 14.10. Curriculum approval of the 2024-2025 Proposition 28 Annual Report. Do I have a motion?
So moved.
Thank you, Trustee Garcia. Do I have a second?
Second.
Thank you, Trustee Hall. Any questions or discussion? Seeing none, please vote. On a vote being taken, the vote was 5 in favor and 0 opposed. $14.11 Business. 2-year agreement with Hazard Young Atia and Associates, DBA HYA Corporation, funded through the general fund at a cost of $12,500 per month, $150 yearly for consulting services, including strategic planning, board governance, training, superintendent, and cabinet searches. Do I have a motion?
So moved.
Thank you, Trustee Hall. Do I have a second?
I'll second it.
Thank you, Trustee Garcia. Any questions for discussion?
Discussion. Did anyone else do anything for you? We've talked about this a few times, so I just think this money could be better used for the staff or students. We're talking $150,000 a year, $300,000 in total for consultants. We're trying to save money. To me, I've explained my point several times. This is a waste of money and should not be done. I was open to the fact that even we could open a PO when we needed the necessary services. But here, you're committing $300,000 to a company. I have nothing against this company. Very good. He's doing his job. He's a salesman. I just don't think we should be committing $300,000 to a consultant. I just think it's unconscionable. I mean, this money should go to the students. This is money that we are saying is there. Then give it to the students. Don't use it for another consultant that there's reasons I have that I just so I don't go too long on this. I've argued this point. I've watched this company in action. I went to one of their services. We patronized their conferences. We must have sent 30 teachers down to a conference. They had issues. Maybe you guys don't know. They had a fight in the bar. They went to a club afterwards, and the music is about as vulgar as you could possibly get. But these are the educators that are telling us in these rooms that we attend, oh, we don't want to use these words anymore. But not a couple of hours later, it don't make no difference. I mean, I watched this for myself. I went to all these things. I really think we got what we wanted from HYA as far as getting our positions filled, getting organized. But now we're past them. We've got issues that we need to work on directly. We don't need outside influences telling us how to run our district. If you can't make decisions, you shouldn't be on this board. I've been attacked. We had a board member here before. She's still attacking us. So what? It doesn't matter. What's right is right. And the other thing here, I mean, I have to go back and say, you need to bring three companies in here and let them compete, because I'm hearing we could save a lot of money. Number one, we could get it free from RCOE. Number two, the other companies are substantially cheaper. And I don't quite understand why the reluctance to remain professional and get rid of agreements that we don't need. And I can just tell you, from my heart, this is a no. And I can't say any more. Thank you.
Okay. Any other discussion?
So I've used HYA quite a bit, and it helps me with learning the process of the school district, what questions to ask, what questions not to ask, and it helps with checks and balances. So in my assessment of looking at it, it does help the students. because I'm asking questions that's going to benefit our district and our students. That's what I'm here for. So I can make decisions on my own, but I don't know the ins and outs of everything. So it's good to have a consultant that I can go to, just as much as I can go to the superintendent and ask questions, which we have. So, but it gives me checks and balances. So that's where I'm going to leave it.
Any discussion? Okay, so I'll throw in a couple things. I think a couple things on the 2-year agreement. I think people don't understand what the proposal was. It was the staff that wanted the 2-year agreement. None of us on the board had recommended that. That was staff that did that. So on the other thing too, the proposal in the agreement is month to month, so we can cancel it at any time. And so I think that's another misunderstanding of the contract. On another note, I think we need to be very careful when we say something publicly that is misinformation. What you just addressed are two completely separate organizations. HYA had nothing to do with the CABSI conference, had nothing to do with it. They're two completely different organizations. And so you are now roping a consulting firm with a conference that is not accurate. And so I just think we need to be careful with that, because we need to understand what it is that we're, the services that providing and who's providing it when we're going to make a public statement. On top of that, you know, a lot of us are new to this position. We have new cabinet members, we have new principals, we have a lot of new staff. For me to say that I know everything would be probably a little pompous, a little arrogant. I don't. And I rely heavily on the consultants, because there's a lot of different things that are going on a daily basis. The role of us as a board, the role, and understand this, I understand that there are other agencies, you have CSBA, you have different things, but it doesn't necessarily mean that we have to align. They give a lot of recommendations, and we pay money to all these different organizations, and it doesn't mean that they're always looking out for our personal best interest here locally. As a matter of fact, we have a bill, you know, AB 1955, that actually wants to take away local control. And so for me, in navigating the numbers, the large numbers that we have, the programs that we have, I need help. I mean, there are certain things that I need to know. There are certain things that I know, being in education 30 years, there are certain things that I do know. I know how a lot of committees work and a lot of different things work. I've been involved in that. I understand the negotiation process. I've been on a union leadership team, so I understand all those things. And it's not to say that, you know, that this isn't a large number. It is. But at the same time, it's not something, I think you're looking at it in a macro, and it could be a micro. Because if I honestly felt that we didn't need the services, then we can cut them in 30 days. And I might even be the one to bring up the motion for it. But the reality is, I think at where we're at and all the different things that we have found within kind of the organization, and, you know, in my terms here on the board, there's been a lot of things that I was told that aren't necessarily true. And so I always try to check it with the consulting company and make sure if it's something that I have to look into with legal, then I look into it with legal. Because I want to make sure that we're making informed decisions, we're making the right decisions that ultimately affect student and staff. And so for me, I've gotten plenty of value and worth out of it. Now, if people aren't accessing the service, there's nothing I can do about that. He's here for all of us. And so, you know, I have a lot of questions about a lot of things. And so I take advantage of that. If there are people who have questions and you're not using the service, I don't know what to tell you. I would say for your own personal education, contact, find out what's going on there. I think, you know, the representative that we have is the president of a large school district with similar demographics, who's doing great things in their community, which is similar to ours. Obviously, it's a big urban, it's a K-12, a little different. But there are a lot of things that we can glean and learn from. And for me to think that just, hey, I've got it figured out, I know how to do all the connections, I don't. And so that's why I weigh heavily on this service. So with that, I mean, I think everybody has kind of said what they have to say. So we can just bring it to a vote and go from there.
Are you calling for a vote?
Yeah. Okay, upon a vote being taken, the vote was 3 in favor, 2 opposed. And moving on to 1412, business approval of retired annuitant employment Employment, Arthur Fritz, extra help assignment, funded through the maintenance and operations budget in an amount not to exceed $95.02 per hour, not of the general fund. So do I have a motion?
So moved.
Thank you, Trustee Stafford. Do I have a second?
Second.
Thank you, Trustee Hall. Seeing no discussion or questions, please vote. Upon a vote being taken, the vote was 5 in favor, 0 opposed. And moving on to 1413, business approval and authorization to file the 2024-2025 unaudited actual financial report. Do I have a motion?
So moved.
Thank you, Trustee Hall. Do I have a second?
Second.
Thank you, Trustee Garcia. Seeing no discussion or questions, please vote. Do you need it? There you go. What's that? Will you hear me now?
Oh, okay.
Under discussion. Oh, there we go.
So there it is.
It's like frozen time. Oh no, I just went.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, no. I need some music in the background. My daughter's waiting for his cut it. We need some music, Jeopardy music.
You get the robotic thing there.
Yeah, something.
No, thank you.
Just waiting for it to come back inside.
We're almost there. We'll talk again. I don't know.
We're in 14. You drive fast.
I will, yeah.
You'll be, because it's not going to be travel.
I should be.
We've been speeding.
Oh, upon a vote being taken, the vote was 5 in favor, 0 opposed. 14.14, business adoption of resolution number 07-2526, resolution for adopting the GAN limit. Do I have a motion?
So moved.
Thank you, Trustee Garcia. Do I have a second?
Second.
Thank you, Trustee Hall. Seeing no questions or discussion, please vote. On a vote being taken, the vote was 5 in favor, 0 opposed. 1415 business authorization for purchase of capital equipment above $10,000 for September 2025. Do I have a motion?
So moved.
Thank you, Trustee Stafford. Do I have a second?
Second it.
Thank you, Trustee Hall. And seeing no discussion, please vote. On a vote being taken, the vote was 5 in favor, 0 opposed. 14.16 business authorization for purchase orders above $50,000 for September 2025. Do I have a motion?
So moved.
Thank you, Trustee Garcia. Do I have a second?
Second.
Thank you, Trustee Stafford. Seeing no question or discussion, please vote. On a vote being taken, the vote was 4 in favor, 1 opposed. And moving on to 1417, board policies, personnel series. Do I have a motion?
So moved.
Thank you, Trustee Garcia. Do I have a second?
Second.
Okay, now on this one, I would like to have a discussion. I don't know if anybody else read some of these. So what I would like to propose for this, there's some of the language that are included in some of these board policies. Instead of us kind of securing them now, I'd like to table them so that we can kind of review and discuss them together as a board. I know that in the reviewing, there's some of them that some of the language is just a little, I don't want to say a concern, but I think is worthy of more of a discussion on our part, because obviously the writing is coming from CSBA, and sometimes they can have how they want it written, but again, it's up to us to locally control what's actually in there, and we can edit it, remove stuff, add stuff. And in reviewing some of these, I know the one that I had a concern, and I didn't write my notes, and I apologize. On this particular one was 4030. Again, so I would like to table this so that we can move forward to kind of print them out. I'm sorry?
You have to make a motion.
Okay, so to make a motion to table 1417 board policies for the 4000 series for further review and discussion.
I'll second that.
Do the next board meeting, or is there a specific timeline?
If possible, I would like to do it in October, or maybe November, because there's we're trying to plan a workshop study session, and so it would, and I wanted to include some of that in October, and it'll be an October workshop. So to November, please.
Have you done an open session? To vote on it, yeah.
No.
He wants to include
When
it.
we talk about it, will it be closed session or?
No, he said in the workshop.
In the workshop, which is.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
So
I'm okay.
kind of like the editing process, and then we'll bring it back for then a vote.
Call for the vote. Call for the vote. Vote. Oh.
I'm sorry, what was that?
I'm just checking some November 12th.
Okay. If there's any other discussion, if not, please vote.
Now, we are voting to table it, correct?
To table it, correct. Upon a vote being taken, the vote was 5 in favor, 0 opposed. Moving on to 1418, board policies. Under student, series 5000. Do I have a motion?
So moved.
Thank you, Trustee Hall. Do I have a second?
I'll second.
Thank you, Trustee Garcia. And so now, again, any questions or discussion? I have one in case anybody else has another.
No, go ahead.
Okay, so I would like to make an amendment to this one to table
Motion.
So I'd like to make a motion to amend this, just like the 4,000s, and move it to the November date, so that we can table it and discuss it. Do you guys want a couple of reasons, or do you care?
If we're going to study, if it's a similar answer, then I'll support it.
This will be at the same study session?
Yes.
Yeah, I'm cool with that. I like when we get a review of that.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay, so I'll second. I'll support
Okay, so we got a second from Trustee Garcia.
Call for the vote.
And please vote. Upon a vote being taken, the vote was 5 in favor, 0 opposed. And moving on, informational items. 15.1, personnel approval of new job description for coordinator of human services.
Human resources.
Is that what did I say?
You said services.
Oh, sorry. Human resources, I apologize.
Good evening, board. So we're hoping that we can get approval to bring it to act as an action item for the next board meeting on the job description. So, any questions on the job description?
Brief explanation?
Yeah, so the position that we're bringing forward is, because right now in HR we don't have someone dedicated to do our Title IX investigations. So we need someone to do all Title IX investigations. We're trying to combine that with student and with staff Title IX complaints. We also don't have someone dedicated to just do that first level complaints that we want someone to do streamlined. And then we also don't have someone to do training, to create these robust trainings for our staff. We always have to reach out to consultants to bring trainings to our staff, and we would really like to have that in-house. So whenever we want to train, we can train at any time without having to pay additional costs.
Do you have any data on how many complaints we've had for Title IX?
For Title IX, this year we've already had 2.
2?
Yeah.
Okay. Any other?
We have, last year we had 58 district complaints. I don't know the number of UCP complaints, but I think it was around between 10 and 15. I can get that number for the board. So there is a lot of complaints coming into the HR office.
Okay, and so do we have someone that does classified complaints, certificated complaints?
Right now we don't.
Okay, got it. Okay, thank you.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you.
Any other? Okay, thank you so much. 15.2, personnel, approval of new job description database administrator.
This one I want to bring up Mr. Heckman from technology to make sure to explain to the board as to why we need this position.
Good evening, Cabinet. Not Cabinet, I'm sorry, Board. This position has been identified to augment some of our data, not data reporting as in CalPads, but we've identified some deficiencies in areas, especially relating to special ed data reporting, as well as other areas of reporting for school sites, so that way we can get timely and accurate information of data requests to the school site. We're requesting an additional position in database administration to help support both the SIS state reporting as well as custom data reporting for the school sites.
Don't we have somebody in the, what is it, SIS?
We have an SIS coordinator whose primary responsibilities are reporting CalPads data as well as managing the SIS. This would be in assistance to that, to handle the SACE side of CalPads reporting, as well as providing non-state reporting reports, actionable data-driven reports to the school sites during the school year, so they can make requests for, particular, a subset of grades, a subset of students, looking at grades and tracking information like that. This would make those kinds of data requests against our student information system possible, and hoping that these data-driven areas will help us in our drive to increase student population as well as drive down costs.
So you're saying there's enough work for a 40-hour work week or a full-time position?
Absolutely.
Thank you.
Any other discussion, questions? Thank you.
Thank you.
15.3, business revolving cash report, August 2025. 15.4, board policies, personnel series, 4000 series, status report on board policy 4111, update, draft to be presented at the October board meeting. 15.5, Board Policy Student, Series 5000. And 16.1, closed session necessary.
Yes. I'll make the motion.
Okay. Do I have a motion to adjourn, to adjourn to closed session? Trustee Garcia, thank you for the first. Do I have a second?
Second.
Thank you, Trustee Hall. Seeing any discussion, questions, please vote. Final vote being taken, the vote was 5 in favor, 0 opposed, and we are adjourning to closed session at 9:27 p.m. Or 8:27, sorry.
Okay.
17.1, we're reconvening in public session. The regular board meeting of the Paris Union High School District is reconvening at 9:14 p.m. 18.1, curriculum. Student physical education exemptions for the 2025-2026 school year. Do I have a motion?
So moved.
Thank you, Trustee
So moved.
Garcia. Do I have a second?
Second.
Thank you, Trustee Stafford. Seeing no.
Sorry, I was updating
Okay.
the sentence.
Please
Who
vote.
motion?
Garcia and Stafford.
Okay.
Please vote. Upon the vote being taken, 4 in favor, 0 opposed. And we are moving on to 19.1, other items by the superintendent, Dr. Ross.
Just real quick, Mr. Campos. I just want to emphasize the direction that we're going with the ultimate goal of reaching 94% in attendance.
Wow.
That's an increase of about almost 3.5. So it's going to be great. We were able to do 2% during the whole year. I think we're going to be able to do the 3.5%.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, that is going to be huge. The other thing is, yesterday we worked on an MOU with Cal State San Bernardino to be able to offer classes similar to Mountain San Jacinto, but with more flexibility for our students. So once we sign that MOU, we are going to be able to offer all the classes for the students to meet the Calgency. All the courses. And that is, I'm telling you this because in the next board meeting in October, the MOU is going to be brought up to you for approval.
Where would the campus be, or is it online?
Oh, no, it's going to be our own teachers.
Yeah.
The beauty here, the big difference is that Mountain San Jacinto Community Colleges, RCC, they require the teachers to have a master's degree in the subject matter. So to teach math, they need to have a master's in math. To teach English, master in English.
So the standard's been raised.
Well, no, actually, it's even better here because Cal State San Bernardino say you don't need a master's degree. You can have a major in the subject as long as you follow our curriculum and our resources. If you show me that you are doing that and that the students are learning the same thing that they are going to learn here in the lower division courses, we're okay with that.
Yeah.
So we have a lot of teachers who have a major. I'm summarizing that.
Yes. And that's only open to our students.
Yes, at this time. Well, we can operate to outside of the district through the IOA because we are looking to offer the Calgency through IOA. And that is going to attract more students. And the last one that I was really proud of this is, we are monitoring fights on a weekly basis, every cabinet meeting. This last week, Mr. Hannon reported to us that last week we had 0 fights at all times.
Good job.
Yes. But there is a caveat there. It was an excellent job, right? But not perfect because I talked to Mr. Garcia on Monday. Dr. Igans and I, we went there. They said, Dr. Garcia, congratulations. You have 0 fights. He said, not really. On Friday, after school, there was an issue. There was an issue and 2 girls got in a fight. So we had 1. So
does it count?
It was across the street, though. Oh, it was across the street. Okay. It was not on campus, but it counts for us. It's
still, it's an improvement, right?
Yeah. Oh, it's a huge improvement. only one. And it was after school. But if it was in front and after school hours, we can say that during school hours, in our sites, we have zero.
Yeah, good job.
Okay, that's what I wanted to share with you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Okay, so now we are at other items by the Board of Trustees. Trustee Anaya.
I'm not the second.
Thank you. Trustee Stafford.
Nothing from it.
Thank you. Trustee Hall is vacated, and Trustee Garcia.
Real quick, I do love the fact that we have an SRO here. I'm only bringing this up right now because of the event that happened today. I would ask that the SRO stays. If we leave at a reasonable time, let's say our cap's at 9:30, the SRO stays until the majority of us, the board especially, leave, considering what happened today, you know, in another state.
He's here.
Okay.
He actually just left.
No, well, I'm okay. I'm just saying visible. Yeah, no, I totally understand the circumstances. I'm just saying in the future, that's why in the past I've requested campus supervisors and an SRO, you know, but I know money was an issue, but that's all I wanted to say. Oh, no, I lied. You all are fantastic. I'm thoroughly impressed with all of the hard work you've all done. Everybody in this room, everybody, plus everybody who's listening. Like, you guys are amazing. We wouldn't be here today if we all didn't come together. And I know everybody's talking about attendance. We're covering ADA. We're talking about the curriculum. We're talking about everything. We're talking about mental awareness, mental illnesses, everything. What am I missing? Everything. We're even talking about the food we're providing the kids. This is huge. We're making true momentum. And I'd like to get, honestly, I'd like to get the media involved in some real public attention. We need to capture that Paris is back on the map. And Paris is a place to be. Thank you.
Thank you, Trustee Garcia. I do have a couple things. And so it kind of, one of them, I'll do the kind of the financial situation. So I know like in the past, we had always gotten like negative stuff. And you know, when I look back now, I think because we took a positive outlook as to how the year was going to end up, we were able to save jobs because the recommendation before was to let go of staff. You know, that we had reached. And I think when we made the decision to not do that, I think it was a tough decision. Obviously, some people might say, you know, fiscally speaking, financially speaking, it might have been a gamble. But I think I honestly felt that we had what we needed to do to make sure that the finances were going to be okay. And then now, knowing what we know, you know, I'm grateful that we made that decision because we could have affected a lot of people that we would have unnecessarily had to do so. And it's not to say that didn't, and I learned that that's what happened the year before, which is why I was kind of like, wait a minute, I'm going to be a little more positive on the outlook on that. Another thing, and I know that we've kind of discussed this, but I think one of the things that puts, you know, how you mentioned, you know, Paris on the map, the best recruitment tool that we have as a school district are a couple things. For teachers and staff, it's, well, I can say for certificated. Our best recruitment and retainment is we take all the years. That's huge. Not only that, we're the top paying school district in the area. That's huge. And so, you know, teachers a lot of times, you know, they'll simplify things. And I can't speak for classified only because I'm just speaking as a teacher, but I know, you know, at the end of the day, compensation and benefits, it's huge. And the fact that we'll take anybody's years. If we want to hire a coach that's, you know, a 15-year coach or 20-year coach, but he's a legitimate top-notch coach who's going to do his job, we can hire him because we're going to take all their years. All the other school districts around here, they can't hire him unless he's willing to take a pay cut. And that's with any coach for any program. And so I think that's just something that we need to think about. I think now that we have and the explanation of the funding, thank you for that. I think one of the things that I think we should do and consider and look into is increase the principal budgets. And I'll explain why. In having conversations with staff, back to school nights, different things, seeing the FFA kids, seeing the robotics kids, you know, we can't have not just their programs, but we can't, you know, those are programs that we want to make sure that are funded. And I was going to ask something a little later about the funding because I have a question. I don't completely understand it. But it's one of those things where we need to continue to do that. And I think we should advertise it. I think we should add, you know, Liberty has their DECA program, nationally known. We had a wrestler a couple years ago who, you know, made the finals. FFA, we had FFA with Heritage and Paris. We had the Heritage Robotics. I think those are things that not only we blast them on social media, but I think we should put them up on those signs and those boards so that people can see that these are programs that are impacting kids that a lot of school districts don't have. And I think that's something positive that we can do. And I'll say this for a little later. I'm not going to go into too much of it. Ethnic studies curriculum. I know Dr. Ross, I think, sent it to everybody. Take a look at it. There's a lot of information. A lot of videos, a lot of different things. But just review it to see what your thoughts are. You know, good, bad, indifferent, whatever. Because as I was looking through stuff, I'm like, wait, I've got to spend a lot more time on it to dig in a little deeper. But it's one of those things that's there. And again, like you mentioned, we don't get to talk about a lot of these things. And so my encouragement is to take a look at that, break it down, look at the questions. A lot of them are the same questions, different unit, but a lot of links that you can click to get access to other information. And the one thing I know that it was mentioned, I don't know if it was by Cynthia or Jason, and I've always said that, you know, we want to be an organization that works bottom up as opposed to top down. And I know that some of the sentiments have been that we're to a certain degree micromanaging, and at every level. It could be at the board level, the cabinet level, at the principal level, at every level. And I think ultimately, you know, we have, President Miller said, we have a lot of experienced staff who've been here for a long time. They've done a lot of things, and I think it's just, and we have new principals. And so I think just making sure that everybody is kind of working to see what they need. You know, at the start of the year, I know that there's, you know, different things that were going on, and we had a crazy summer with all the transition going on. But I think it's one of those things where we have to look at things and make sure that we're constantly in communication with each other at this level, you guys at that level, and then all the way down, and hearing what the staff wants. Because obviously today, you know, hearing that, and I understand the whole dress code. It's a sticky subject that, you know, we need to figure out. But I think we'll figure it out and rewriting that policy. And that, I think, is pretty much it. So thank you for that.
Thank you.
And then we're moving on to...
There's a lot of information.
What's that?
There's a lot of information.
I'm going to take a lot of notes.
Good.
21.1, future board topics. Are there any future board topic requests? Trustee Anaya? Trustee Stafford?
I do, but I don't want to start a long conversation. We'll talk about it later. Okay, nothing for me.
Trustee Garcia?
Yes.
I'm sorry. I was supposed to.
Oh.
Do I have a motion? Then I guess that's a suggestion. Do I have a motion to request the topics?
We need a motion for that?
Well, that's what I have written.
It's an option.
We have to vote on it.
We change it to action? Mm-hmm. Okay, then I'll make the motion.
Okay. Second?
Second.
Oh, okay. Trustee Stafford, second. Thank you.
Okay, so
No, sorry.
So in the past, we've talked about renovating the boardroom and the back room. We would like to make that a little bit better for soundproof. And so I guess what I'm asking as a topic, if we could get a cost analysis, a potential change to modernize the boardroom and the back room to soundproof it, or new building, new location, whatever you guys come up with, but something to move us forward.
Thank you.
In every area, including technology. He knows what I'm talking about. That's my topic.
Thank you.
Thank you.
So I have a couple. And one came up today in the differentiation of club funding versus program funding. So we can just kind of, because you know how like when he said that his robotics was a club, and then they're kind of like self-funded. So I just don't know, like, can we earmark or allocate funds to, or does it have to be like a self-running business? So if you could just, you know, in the future, if you guys could just kind of give us a brief explanation of how club funding works and the program funding, or if there's any differentiation between the two. Another one, and you kind of mentioned it on this one, so I would like to take a look at the staffing at ESS, physical bodies, PALS and Paris Lake High School. And the only reason why I'm asking is because kind of what you said. If we're thinking about the property that we have, how many staff can we house people in other buildings so that we can then maybe use another site for a different purpose, whether it be, you know, whatever, sell it, rent it, whatever. So because I've never been to ESS, I don't know how many people are housed there, but you know, when we look at the property size. And again, I don't just know a lot of the stuff. So if we can get information on that so that we can kind of figure out, okay, this is the property we have, the staff, and if we can condense and consolidate, that would be great. Or if need be, find a new building to accommodate, more people under one roof. I don't know.
Mr. Campos, can you clarify on what you mean with ESS?
Yeah, Ed Services.
Oh, SSC.
Oh, SSC.
Student Services
Oh, okay.
Center,
Oh,
yes.
SSC.
SSC.
Oh, yes.
I know what he was talking about.
Yeah.
I thought it was educational services.
I
Okay.
mean,
Sorry.
the offices?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Yes. I just have never been there, but thinking, we have all these separate parts everywhere, and it's just like, well, maybe we can condense, and then we have another asset that we can do something else with to generate some kind of funding or whatever.
Maybe we consider about centralizing the whole district office.
Well, I mean, we've got to start somewhere and see what we can do and what's functional and not functional. And then last thing, you know what? Actually, that's what it was. The re-entry and exiting for students, and they had mentioned it when it was the IOH. If you guys can just let us know if there's a survey taken, when why are kids coming back, why they left, just so we kind of have an idea of why they're leaving and what sites. Are they leaving, on the south part of town, north part of town? Is it middle school? Is it CMI? We have no idea. So just to add that. And I think that's pretty much. Inter-district transfers, incoming, I guess kind of both ways, incoming, exiting, because then we can kind of see what, are we in the positive, are we in the negative, and what's going on there. And that, I believe, is all I've got. So.
Last chance.
Okay, well, one thing, but it's a comment.
I knew it.
Well, I had a conversation with a staff member, and one of the things that they had mentioned was that they love their job, but they're starting to see that they're calling in a lot more, in sick a lot more, and some of it had to do with kind of just they're dealing with a lot more things, behavior, and it's kind of like a stress. And I know, like for me as an employee, it's one of those things where, I'm of the mind of hey, if you need a mental health day, take a mental health day. You know what I mean? Because you don't want to come to work, be stressed, come the next day, stressed. And so anyways, the staff member shared that it's like a record number at certain sites where they're calling in, and it's never been that way. And so just to kind of throw it out there, I don't know if it's a statistic that's, happening at one particular site, other sites.
Teachers or?
Yeah, it was a teacher staff member. And so anyways, it was just, and I should probably share that not in this section, but it was just kind of one of those things where it's like, okay, well, let's try to figure out how we can make it so that, they're feeling, hey, you know what, I'm supported, I'm here, I love what I do, because they're entitled to take the time. But obviously, if you have a lot of that, then it creates other problems with the instructional day. So, okay, now that's it for sure.
Next time.
And that's it. We just got to vote. On a vote being taken, the vote was 4 in favor, 0 opposed. And moving on to 21.2, adjournment, regular meeting of the Board of Trustees for September 10th, 2025. Do I have a motion?
So moved.
Thank you, Trustee Garcia. Do I have a second?
Second.
Thank you, Trustee Stafford. Seeing no questions or discussion, please vote. Upon a vote being taken, it's 4 in favor. Oh, I'm sorry, 1 absent. I haven't been mentioned. Apologies, but you had that written. Thank you, Anna. You're a lifesaver. And that is it. The meeting is adjourned at 9:33 p.m.